Hey folks, welcome to another end-user tutorial video. Today, we're going to be discussing another way to edit pages. Today's topic is all about page properties. Page properties encompasses many aspects of editing a page. It's where your metadata can be adjusted, as well as page-specific parameters that can control page layout, add widgets to a page, adjust content not contained within a normal editable region, and basically anything else you could think of. Unlike JustEdit, which is done through a WYSIWYG editor while previewing the page, Page Properties is shown on its own separate screen, which can be accessed from the Page Actions toolbar. Let's go into OU Campus and see some examples. Before we start, I want to add the disclaimer that the page properties that you'll see in this video may not reflect what you see in your account. There are a few reasons for this. First of all, page properties in general are specific to whatever template that was used to create the page that you're editing. They're also specific to each institution. There may be one set of page properties for one institution's interior page, and an entirely different set of properties for a different institution's interior page template. With that in mind, let's go into my sandbox and check out the properties of the tickets page that we've been working on in these few videos. As I mentioned before, you can access page properties by clicking on the Properties tab in the Page Actions toolbar. However, I won't be able to edit the parameters of this page unless I've checked it out first. Let's see what happens when I click it before checking the page out. I'm taken to the log of the page, which is simply a record of what has been done to the page, who did it, and when it was done. The log is different from versions, which actually saves backups of the page that you can go back to. We'll be covering versions in its own video later on. Back to the log though. As you can see from the left-hand side of the screen, the page properties actually contains several different menu options. The log, which we're viewing now, reminders, which will be the subject of our next video, and also RSS in case we want to make an RSS item for this page. However, when I click on my light bulb icon to check the page out, another option will appear. This option is called Parameters, and this is where we actually get to modify the different configuration options for the page. Now it's important to note that the parameters screen will only be available to me if I'm a level 5 user or above. If I'm a level 0 through 4 user, even when my page is checked out, I won't see this screen. I'm a level 6 user right now, so I can see everything just fine. When we're inside the parameters screen, we'll typically see two primary headings. First, title and metadata, and second, custom settings. Title and metadata, as you probably can guess, is where you're going to be able to adjust the metadata of the page. This could be the page title, description, keywords, author, etc. The fields that you can choose from within this section are typically going to be the same for every page in your account, so no matter what page I'm working on in my site, I'll always be able to edit the title and description in my example. There's also a field called tags inside of this section. Tags aren't added to the metadata of the published page like any of the other fields in this section, but they're still useful as a type of metadata or taxonomy within OU Campus. You can add tags to pages in order to categorize and search for them more quickly within OU Campus. Depending on your site's design, your developers may have also added some additional functionality for tags too. My site doesn't, however, so we'll just leave it at that. Moving on to the second heading of custom settings, this heading is where all of my other page configuration options live. As we can see, my example page has a lot of different options, from simple things like adjusting the page heading, to more complex items like turning on and off editable regions and even entire columns. Let's go ahead and modify a few of these parameters. I'm going to add first a new page heading, so I'm going to turn on this page link section in the left column after that, and I am going to turn on the right column as well. Once I finish that, I'm going to click Save at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be taken back to a preview of my page so I can see what's changed. Now, I can tell that my page looks pretty different here. Just as an illustration, let's pull up what the page used to look like. We can see what the page looked like beforehand on the left, and on the right, here's what it looks like now. I'll quickly give you a breakdown of what's changed. My page heading is this big heading here that's above the navigation and main content areas. From the edit view, we can see that there's no specific editable region for this text, which is why it's editable here in Properties. Next, my Quick Links panel is being shown, which is its own editable region that we can edit. Finally, and this one's probably pretty obvious, we have another column added to the right of my main content region, which contains a few new editable regions, including another quick links section. If I were doing this for real, I probably wouldn't want to have two of that same panel visible at once. The main thing that I want to emphasize from this is that the options within page properties are quite powerful. I can do a lot of adjustments to my page from this screen. Now, as another quick example, let's navigate to a different directory in my site to show you some pages that were created using a different page template. I know that my blog directory contains a bunch of pages that look different from my standard interior page template, so let's go ahead and go there. Inside the posts directory, I'm going to check out one of my pages and then go into the page properties for it. As we can see, we have some different options available to us under the custom settings heading. Some of the options we saw before, like page heading for example, aren't available now, but you can see that I have a couple options available on this page that I didn't see before. So there we have it. This has been a basic overview of how page properties work in OU Campus. To recap the important takeaways from this tutorial, first remember to check out your page before attempting to edit your page parameters. Second, remember that page parameters will be different depending on the type of page you're editing in the site. If that page was made with a different template as a different one, it'll likely have different parameters available to you as well. Third and finally, remember to save your work after editing your parameters by clicking the Save button at the bottom of the screen. That wraps up this tutorial. Stay tuned for our next video, which will show you how to set up reminders on a page.